Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you might already know, there is a new faction coming out. Technically it's out right now, and that's a Shadowkin Crypt. So this doesn't open up for me for another 5 days. And there is a champion in here that I think is being overlooked, or that not many people are talking about, and I wanted to present it to you guys. So there are a lot of champions in here, including the legendaries that are very good for this faction, but there is one epic in here that I think is really good. So the one thing that really does help carry in a faction wars when you're trying to complete especially stage 21 is sustain, right? If you're able to mitigate the damage, if you're able to somehow heal or have revives on the team, then it's really helpful. Unfortunately, in this faction, there's not many champions that have a viable, consistent revive, right? Like let's say a Duchess or something along those lines, right? But there is a champion in here that is very good at mitigating damage and be able to keep your team alive. And that champion is, the drumroll, Hotatsu. So this champion is really good, guys, especially in clan boss, but he has a kit that's really made well for the faction. So let's go over his kit real quick together. So he is an epic defense type magic affinity champion, and for his A1, Red River attacks one enemy, has a 40% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns, damage based on defense, and you can bump this all the way up to a 60% chance to place a leech, and that's going to be really helpful for helping your team stay alive, just to be able to get their HP back and whatnot, right? So onto the A2. Rushing Death attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns, damage based on defense, and when it's fully booked, you can bump it to a 3-turn cooldown as well as a total of 70% chance, and this is going to help mitigate a lot of damage, helpful in a faction wars fight, especially on the stage 2021, right? So this is very nice. Unfortunately, it's not 100%, but it's still decent. And onto his A3, Oni Icon places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns and a 15% continuous heal buff on allies for 1 turn. And this could bump down to a 3-turn cooldown when it's fully booked. So this is very nice as well. Even if you don't want to use this for just Shadowkin Faction, this is really helpful for, again, clan boss. It's really helpful for just even like a double buffer for Seer to strip off to just nuke, right? So this can be used in a lot of ways, but we're talking about Shadowkin Crypt here, right? It's really nice ability. It helps sustain a lot of damage by increasing the defense, and the heals are always good, right? So this guy's kit is very nice. So you don't actually have to book him. In my opinion, you don't have to book him because it does take up 15 books, which is a lot, right? If you could land just 1 into here, that would be solid. And these, of course, the higher percentage the better, but it's not necessary. You don't have to book them. And onto his passive. Spirit Touch removes 1 random debuff from this champion at the start of each turn. It will remove Stun, Sleep, Freeze, Fear, True Fear, Provoke, Petrification, debuffs before other debuffs. So that's always nice too. So he can't be, yeah, he's basically immune, essentially. So I just noticed one thing about this guy. Have you guys noticed it? Tell me if you noticed it. There's something about him I just noticed. His animation never changes. He's just chilling there the whole time. A lot of other champions, when you just like hover over them like this, their animation always changes, right? But this guy, yeah, he's just chill. Right, onto the aura. He's got to increase ally defense in all battles by 25%. Again, this is huge in clan boss, but I mean, when it comes to Shadowkin, it's going to help out as well, right? All right, so let's check out his stats. He's got an HP base stats of 17,505, an attack of 760, a defense of 1,376, that's pretty decent, a speed of 96, crit rate of 15%, and crit damage of 50%, resistance of 30, and accuracy of 15. Alright, so what we're going to do here is a damage comparison. I know Hotatsu is more built for support in a sense, but he is a defense-based champion, and I'm curious to see what kind of damage he can do as, you know, his AoE ability. So what we're going to do here is compare him side by side with the Soulless, and Soulless is one of the best nukers in the game. He's also defensive based champion, so it's going to be an interesting comparison, I think, because I'm going to be throwing the Soulless's gear onto Hotatsu right afterward and then run him in there. So let's check it out. So again, this is like a perfect situation for Soulless. It's very ideal for him. We got the battle increased damage, we got the Gerb Tuck increased damage, we got the defense down weaken, and we also have the defense up. So this is going to be just pushing out as much damage as possible. So we're going to do the run with Soulless first and check that out. Alright, so we're going to put defense up. We're going to put some more damage from the passive ability from Battle. Defense down weaken. And some more extra damage from his passive. Alright, so I might have to take a couple laps around him. Alright, so here we go. At 1 time speed, we're going to check out Soulless' damage AoE. We have everything up for him right now, so this is like a great way to see his like potential max damage, I guess, right? So at 1 time speed, at 3, 2, 1. Like 356,000, 400,000, that's what I just saw right now. So what I'm going to do now is take off Soulless' gear, throw it onto Hotatsu, basically put him in the same mastery with Helm Smasher, and yeah, let's check out his damage and see what he can do. Alright, so now I have my Hotatsu built in basically my Soulless' gear, exact same gear except for the accessories, of course, because they're different factions. So basically, I just want to see what kind of damage output he can do. I'm probably not going to be using it as a damage dealer for faction wars. I do want to use him in maybe like a relentless set or going super fast so he can rotate back to his abilities quickly. But yeah, I'm just curious to see what kind of damage he can do. Maybe we can see like a hidden gem or something like that. So it's exact same situation as a Soulless here, and let's take him into a run. Alright, so we're going to go with defense up here. Some extra damage from the passive. Defense down weaken, and more extra damage here. So, oh, okay, I got it one more time. Alright, so his ability, his AoE ability, so let's go with this one. His attack down, I don't imagine it's going to do too much damage, but, you know, let's just see. So again, this is an ideal situation for this kind of champion, right? We have everything going for him here, so at 1 time speed, 3, 2, 1. It's not bad, 180,000 to 200,000. But then again, it's the most ideal situation for him, right? But I guess if we're comparing to the Soulless, right? He's basically putting out half of what Soulless was putting out. But yeah, so basically that's the test of that. And I just wanted to see what kind of damage he can do, and it's not bad. I just wouldn't use him for damage dealing or anything like that. I would definitely build him for what his kit is intended for. But I do want to show you what I would build him for, or how I would build him in the Faction Wars that's coming up really soon. And let's go over to that real quick. So I'm actually going to re-gear him, but before I do that, I want to show you the sets that would be really decent on him, in my opinion. So there are a lot of great sets that can be used on him. I can probably just make him super fast, like literally just throw on my Arbiter gear on him, or my whoever my fastest champion is, my Siffy, and just have enough accuracy to make sure you can land the debuffs, right? So at least like 200 or so. I would ideally go for like 240, 230. But yeah, I would definitely build them in speed set. That's one of the options. Another thing would be lifesteal is one of the best faction war sets, period. Just being able to sustain and stay alive, that's just like that's a success to beating faction wars. So lifesteal is great. Regeneration set is another form of lifesteal. It just works differently, right? So that's another set that can be really viable on him as well. Relentless set is another one, because if you can't make your champion like as crazy fast, or if you don't want to make him that fast, you can run Relentless to have him go like multiple turns, right? So that's another great option as well. Stun set, I probably really wouldn't go. I mean, he does have a 3-turn cooldown on his A2, but he doesn't really get to his turn. Yeah, he doesn't really get to his AoE that quick, so I probably wouldn't go with stun set, but this is also one of the best sets for faction wars, period. Another set that's really good could be Reflex as well. That could be decent. So Immortal set is one of the best faction war set bonus pieces that you can have. You get the 3% HP every turn. You get the 15% extra bonus if you can get it off, and it only takes 2. So you can actually go with like Relentless set and 2 of these. You can go with a full lifesteal set and 2 of these. You know, it's like this set is just a nice slap on, or you can just go full immortal if you want to, really. And divine speed, also another option as well, just like the speed. So that's basically how I build them. So actually, I will show you how I'm going to be using him in my faction war setup. So I'll get back to you in a second. Alright, welcome back. So this is how I'm probably going to have my Hotatsu built. Honestly, I don't think you have to have Relentless set on him, because he's not really one that needs to rotate back to his abilities that badly, because this is on a 2-turn base. This is on a 2-turn base. If you just have this team going fast, if you have him going fast enough, then you'll definitely be able to get back to these no problem. But the only thing you would really want to get back for, or to just get extra turns for, is a continuous heal buff here, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, you don't have to run Relentless on him. I think the best option would probably be Regeneration Set, in my honest opinion. So yeah, I'd probably go Regeneration Set if you have it. Relentless is always nice to go as well, and you can't really go wrong with that either. So alright, so let's go over stats then. So I do have him at 62,126 HP, 1,704 attack, which is irrelevant because his damage is based on defense, 3,926 defense, 228 speed, and I do have him in Relentless, 37% crit rate, 108% crit damage, 181 resistance, and 264 accuracy. I do have him fully booked out. Again, you do not need to book this guy. It's overkill, I think, if you do book him because it's 15 books. I'm just sitting on a lot of books, so I just went and did it. But yeah, I mean, if you could land on this ideally, then I think you'd be okay. Just this at the very least. But I mean, if you don't have him booked, then Relentless Set might be a decent option to go for, right? But if you do have him booked out, then honestly, I think you should go Regeneration Set. And this is how I have his Mastery built. Oh, his Mastery is actually incorrect right now. So I'm actually going to do this over right now real quick with you guys. So pretty base build for most PvE champions, especially when they do like no damage. It's always go down to the War Master. Definitely going to go with the Life Drinker. This doesn't really matter too much. Just pick that up anyways. And we're going to go over to... I guess the accuracy. We did overkill on the accuracy a bit. Oh, that's fine. But this is how I have it built anyways. And we do have him in Relentless, right? So we'll probably throw... we do want this. We definitely want Evil Eye. And we definitely do want... yeah, we definitely do want this. And this as well, because he's at a 70% debuff chance, right, for the attack down. So this will give him another boost of 5%. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. I mean, you could go this too, honestly, instead of this. But, I mean, there's always different options you can go. So, again, Hotatsu is an incredible champion for Clan Boss, right? So, this was meant to be a showcase for Hotatsu for Shadowkin Faction Wars, but it's not out just yet, so I'm not able to showcase it. But I just want to get you guys prepared and let you know my honest opinion that I think this champion is incredible and a huge carry for that Faction Wars. Sustain is key. And, yeah, again, you don't have to book him out, in my opinion. Basically, yeah, it's a great champion. He's good for Clan Boss. He's good for just a lot of different areas in the game. Like I said before, you can use him for a strip, for Seer, right, for the Karma Burn. You got a double buff here going. There's a lot of options you can go with this guy. So he's a great champion. I think he's worth investing into. And again, I don't think you have to book him out. Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to mastery him, but the War Master is definitely decent. Just to get some extra damage, just to have the run go quicker, right? Just that extra damage hit on the boss, it really does add up. But you don't have to book them. You don't have to. I don't think you have to mastery them. This is just to get it done, like, I guess, more consistently, right? So that's basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below. Is there any other champions you think that are overlooked, or basically any champion that you think is going to be really good that not a lot of people are talking about? There's a lot of great legendary champions out there for sure. Maybe there's a rare champion out there that people are overlooking, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you all in the next video.